All of them.
All right. Grammar, and I forgot to record that, so I'm sorry, Simeon, but you can figure it out. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
you can.
It's doable. Yes, you're smart. We believe in you. Okay.
We do?
Page 53, talking about mechanics here. You probably already know this, but we're
My
gonna
dad's a
review it.
mechanic.
Oh, cool. This is a different type
An
of mechanic.
electrical engineer.
We're not gonna fix the car anymore, but
Besides.
anyway, but that would be kind of cool. I wish I could. I don't know how to
Dan
fix it.
Owen. John.
Oh, yeah.
John can.
Yeah, you can fix a car? Did you learn that from Mr. Owen?
No, my dad.
Oh, yeah, your dad.
Mr.
dad's
Who's
an
Mr. Owen?
Mike Owens, Mike Owens.
Oh.
You know who Mike Owens
Yes,
is.
yes. Everybody knows.
Oh,
Everybody knows.
I just said it, Owen. Oh,
You.
Okay,
I thought you were talking about my dad.
is your dad Owen also?
No. Casey.
Casey.
With a
Anyways.
C, not a K.
When you have speaking parts in your stories, there's certain mechanics, not car mechanics, but like mechanics on how to set up your paper. And you guys should really be doing that at home. I'm gonna let you do it today, but make
He's
sure
an
you do it before you come to class next time, okay? Wait, do the hole in the corner. Oh, never mind, you already started.
All of them are in the
Fine.
center.
Yeah, we're doing.
This is how mine.
Oh, you guys do that, that's okay.
This is how I do.
My mom did.
This
All the
makes
way
sense to
in.
me, but it's
My
okay.
mom did.
A comma, look at where it says the Patriots rushed at White yelling, comma, kill him, kill him. We'll find out what that means when we read the story, but notice after the person who's speaking is called the attribution. And the speaking verb is how he's saying it. So for him, he's yelling it, right? It's White yelling, comma, and then what he says. Okay, that's the thing I want you to remember. And then look here, there's other examples in the middle right here, like speaking verb, comma, quote. Notice the Q in quote is not capitalized there for the first one. The second one says speaking verb, comma. Actually, it should be. I wonder why they didn't do that. Anytime you start a quote, when somebody starts talking, you treat it like a sentence and you capitalize that first letter. That really should be capital.
There we go.
But I think they wanted you to look at the comma. So if this, okay, listen. If the speaking verb comes first, comma, and then the quote, and a period, notice the period is on the inside of the quotation marks there. Same with exclamation mark and same with question mark. All of the end marks of the part that they say goes on the inside of the quote. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Okay, good. If the quote comes first, and then the attribution or the quote, the speaking verb, you put a comma on the inside of the quote and then the speaking verb. So the speaking verb would be a word like yelled, whispered, declared, something.
Angered.
Angrily.
Why does he always say?
Oh, yeah, we're back to that again. Thanks. Anger, yeah, that's not really a speaking verb though. That's more of an emotion.
It's
So
an angrily emotion.
Strongly.
strongly or strong, or no, that's another ly.
Strong.
We're not talking about, we're talking about how you would say something, not with an ly.
Strong.
What did you say?
Pizza.
He said it strongly.
Said would be the speaking verb.
Yeah.
Strongly is an adverb. So.
Oh, that's all I said.
Right. Okay. How he said it, like yelled or screamed or whispered or mumbled or
Pizza.
something.
Pizza.
I'm tired back there. You gonna fall asleep
Tacos.
with me back there? Slap your cheeks a little bit, like this.
Yeah, I know.
No, go like this.
I can hit you.
I'll let you hear slap your cheeks,
I can
cheeks,
hit you.
chicks. Whoa, okay.
We have 4 chicks at home, actually.
Aw,
You know.
let's turn the page. Let's read the article today. It's on page 54. We are talking about, okay,
I know somebody who lives in Boston.
we are talking about the Boston Massacre. Have you guys heard about that one yet?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I learned it in school.
No,
School is.
I'm learning, I'm just learning about,
This is
The
ahead of what you're
Pilgrims.
learning.
the Pilgrims landing at Plymouth. Or not landing, but building at Plymouth.
Yeah, we call it.
Last time, I think, did we do this last time? Pretty sure we
We
did.
learned
Hold on, let
how
me
the
check something really quick.
tribes-
I know we did. the
Well, at
average
least
one.
I
Yes.
did.
Remember how we talked about how a story has a format or a sequence, right? We start with the characters and the setting. I'm gonna have to throw something at you back there to wake you up. Okay. In the middle, not you guys. In the middle, we talk about the conflict and the problem. Every good story has a problem. That's true. Every good story has a problem. We don't want problems in our lives, but we do like to read about somebody
I
else's
have a lot
problem,
of
right?
problems in my life.
It's entertaining when somebody else has some issue, you know, it's like, oh, good, I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then at the end is when you solve the problem, right? That's when the climax, remember the mountains and the guy, he's like, "Ah."
You go on the spike.
The fluffy clouds.
He's gonna die either way.
Fall through the cloud.
Yes, exactly.
We're back to that, okay, there,
No,
we're-
Make
he's
it to a
gonna
mattress.
die.
Make
it's
it
like
to
a foam cloud, okay, it's actually like
To a
Still go
mattress or
through
trampoline.
a then you bounce back up. Have you ever jumped into a foam pit before?
Yes.
Ah, see, that's the kind of cloud this is,
Look, so
okay?
you're gonna get stuck in it.
Never
You
jumped
always
into
You're
a
not gonna go through, that's the thing, you're gonna have a
Unless it's
soft
floating.
landing.
Yeah. Unless it's floating.
No.
I almost have a hard
no.
landing.
All right, let's bring it back together here, shh, okay. So, we are doing story sequence chart again with this, it's not a story, it's more of an article about what happened, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it, but you guys think about who's in this article, where are they, the characters and setting, the problem, the conflict and the problem, and then the climax and resolution.
A lot of people are gonna get shot.
That's true, in the
A
title.
lot of people are gonna
Okay.
get shot.
What'd you say, Ethier? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna read it, you guys follow along, okay? It was an unusually cold, bleak, okay, listen.
Just
Cold, bleak March night in Boston. The year was 1770. When did we become a nation? You guys remember the year?
1776.
Okay, so before that happened. Private Hugh White was standing guard on King Street. He was a British soldier, a redcoat.
Right.
At the moment, all was quiet, but Private White was anxious. Many colonists who were out that night were patriots. Go Patriots. Okay. They were angry at King George for his unfair laws and taxes. They resented his soldiers being there, and they had been stirring up trouble all over. Private White nervously watched the streets. So it was kind of, if you can imagine the scene, they started to get angry, louder, they started throwing things. It starts like developing this, yeah.
They can also be called Sons of Liberty.
And then it says, it wasn't long before a group of young patriots saw some redcoats. A teen among them hurled insults at an officer. Private White insisted that the boy be more respectful to the officer, but the teen only threw out more insults. White eventually became so angry that he struck the boy in the face with the butt of his gun, which is like enough to knock you out. Cold, yeah, it's the back of the gun.
The one where.
Oh, yeah, the
part
back
where
of
you
the
put
gun.
on your shoulder.
Yeah, the back of the gun.
Yeah.
No,
Looks
it's
like
the
that.
butt.
Okay, so you can put that away. No weapons in here. Okay. Okay. The boy gathered his fellow patriots and they rushed at White yelling, "Kill him, kill him." White called for backup help. Captain Preston rode over with several soldiers. These are more, wait, who's calling for help? Oh, the British guy.
No,
Yeah.
White.
Private White.
Preston, Private White.
No, he plays a lot of video games.
Maybe they're like John
Hugh White, but he's also called Private White.
related to John.
And he was, oh, good question. I don't think so though, because he was a British soldier. So the British were the bad guys, right? The
No,
redcoats.
no.
Right now, they're the good guys.
They're the good guys in my.
World War II, they were the good guys.
But the Patriots were the good guys because they were the ones trying to preserve their land, right? They wanted to keep it there in America, Americans. Okay, hold on. Let me see. The Patriots, the additional redcoats angered the mob more. The Patriots began throwing ice chunks. You might think ice, but in those days they were
Big
like
ice.
big, yeah,
Big
like
ice.
blocks of ice. So it'd be like throwing a big rock, right, at them.
Basically.
basically. Sticks and stones. They spit at the soldiers. They dared the soldiers to fire. Things were out of control. Eventually, a redcoat was hit and knocked over by a chunk of ice, which caused his musket to fire. The mob pressed in more, and some soldiers panicked. They fired into the crowd. Several colonists were hit. 5 of the men who were hit died. More trouble was sure to follow this bloody event. Bloody. Yeah, pretty sad, but
Hopefully.
I hate to say it, but there's been some situations similar to this recently in our country. I don't know if you follow any of that stuff. You probably shouldn't because
Bad.
I do.
nothing intentional, nothing really even
There's
close.
stuff in
Except for
the
car
United
crashes.
Except for what?
Car crash.
Oh, well, yeah.
My grandma got in a car crash.
Oh, no.
Her car got completely destroyed. Like,
Is she okay though?
it smushed the front half of the car.
Is she
And she
okay?
lost all.
Yeah, I know. Is she okay?
Cars are
Yeah,
supposed to
okay.
do
Oh,
that.
so that's all we need to know.
And she had kids in the car.
That's the one thing that's.
5. She had 5 kids.
Yeah. You know about that.
My friend, my friend
Guys,
Presley was
guys.
good friends with the girl, and so that like crushed her.
Oh.
It's very sad.
Is she still going to the high school or do you know her daughter?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know
But,
really.
yeah.
That's the, so some of you might have seen the sign, my sign that has
My mom
Cisneros
saw
on
it.
it. It's
My
all
mom
over
saw
town.
it.
That's
Of
not
course
me,
it is.
actually. That's my husband running, but he's running for the same seat that Scrivener had, so.
We were
Let's hope
introduced.
for your
Wait, he's
husband.
going to,
Yeah.
wait, he's running for president of the United States.
Not
of America.
president,
That would have been.
not president, but
It says
supervisor. No, it says, where do you see president?
I went.
No, no, Trump's gonna be president.
Hopefully.
That's what I
Not
heard.
Kamala.
Just saying,
Kamala.
please no.
Just guess.
Okay,
Everybody wants Kamala.
Rebecca is waiting so patiently.
My aunt was in the hurricane in
Oh.
Florida.
So
Is she
was my
okay?
grandma.
Yeah, she's fine.
What is it called?
She-
Dirk? So was
She
my
wasn't
grandma.
technically in it, but she was really close to it.
Wow.
So was my grandma.
And like.
So was
the
my grandma
grandmother
that got in the
was
car
coming
crash.
Our
grandma's brother.
Oh my God. I
Our
can't even
grandma's
imagine.
brother was.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Ether.
My pet was-
Oh, whatever. All right, let's go to page 55, and we're talking about characters and settings. So who's the first character mentioned, or they're calling it character, but it's a real person.
Private
was mentioned?
Hugh White.
Is it the king?
It was, the
Wait,
first
what?
thing mentioned, person mentioned.
On
White.
Hugh White.
Was
Never
Hugh
mind.
White, yeah.
Uh,
Let's start with the setting though here. How can we introduce what it feels like or what the setting is?
Unusually cold.
Cold
Oh.
night in March, right?
Cold
That's
dark
my
night.
birthday
Cold the dark night.
Cold.
The Dark Knight. Batman the Dark.
I like that. Cold night and then what?
Dark Knight.
Boston.
Dark.
Oh, we could put
Dark
DK for dark night, a cold dark night,
Donkey Kong.
Boston. And then what was the year?
1770.
Thank you.
Full Donkey Kong night Boston.
I see Miles working hard back there. He's getting it done.
Dark Knight.
Then we hear about the first person, which somebody said his name earlier, Private Hugh White, not John White. but different guy.
It's me.
So I'm gonna put PR for private and then put his name, Hugh White.
Hugh. He's a Hugh.
And he is a redcoat.
Hugh White.
Or a, I'm gonna put here too, since I could put one more word, is BR soldier. And you can say something like, which was, this would be a good spot for a which was. Yeah, British soldier.
put Brit in the dot?
British soldier.
Oh, yeah.
Soldier.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's what-
It's been old.
Brit soldier. So that would be a good spot, by the way, when you go to write this, which. Private Hugh White was a redcoat, which is a British soldier. You can explain what a red coat is and use a which clause right there.
Okay.
Or sons of.
What was he doing? There. What was he doing?
Standing guard.
Standing guard for
The red,
who?
For the,
the red coats. For the king and the red.
Oh, for the king. Yeah, King George. He was guarding
Probably like
the king. No, the king wasn't there. What was he doing?
He was
he was
guarding.
guarding
He was
for,
the Sons of Liberty.
Who's the guarding the sons of
he was
Liberty?
guarding so that,
Standing guard because there was, where was he?
Patriots,
King
Yeah.
Patriots.
There's actually a lot of.
He was just watching.
Yeah.
For trouble.
Standing guard. Let's put, what did you put there, Miles, for number 2?
I did British soldier and then red coat.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So
number-
you did that for number 2.
Yeah.
What did you put for number 3 then?
We haven't done number 3 yet.
I know, but he has. I was just curious
Honest,
what happened.
Knight, and then Patriot.
Okay, so he's doing his a little different, which is fine, because as long as you get the story sequence. So here we are. I put standing guard because the Patriots were coming, right? The Patriots were angry.
Patriot. It's
Right.
patriots.
Patriots. And Hugh White, how was he feeling when he saw all these Patriots starting to come and they were angry?
He was feeling like they were very patriot.
I liked your word.
Patriotic.
Anxious. He was feeling anxious.
It's all one word.
How did the Patriots feel about the British soldiers?
Because they were so
Bad,
Annoyed.
angry, annoyed,
Bad, angry, and
gritty.
Pretty.
maybe
They were very gritty.
resentful or resentful.
Taxes.
How dare you? I'm a patriot.
So what can we put next?
No,
here?
I'm a pigeon.
Let's put that, who's this guy? Let's see.
It's a weird guy who doesn't.
Private Hugh White.
He was anxious, right? Was it Hugh White that was anxious?
Yes.
Okay, so let's put PR again. We'll just put White instead of Hugh, because we don't need that. Anxious. And-
She's not writing fast.
Again, she's a teacher. She
Used-
has to.
She's not
I
writing
have
fast.
to bring this up again.
Writing
Yeah.
Right?
Why was he feeling anxious?
Because they are trying.
They can mad at him.
It says they resented his soldiers being there. He nervously watched the streets.
He was like, because there were so many.
They began stirring up trouble.
I wanna go home. I wanna go home.
No, he was like,
I'm gonna put watching.
Watching.
And then we're talking about how everything was quiet at first, right? He's like, everything was quiet.
but quiet is not very good.
Yeah. It wasn't long before a group of young patriots saw some redcoats. And then the teen comes along, right?
A random person.
Yeah. That's basically who started the conflict, right? The teen, because what was
We
the
don't
teen
know
doing?
his. He
We don't know his name.
He was like,
It's
what are you
John
doing,
White.
you dog?
John White.
He
It was not John White.
He was like, what are you doing, you dog?
The boy, yeah, it's a
Name is the boy.
I'm gonna
John
put
White.
teen.
I'm a teen.
What was he doing?
No, no.
What was the teen doing? What did he do to start them? Hurling insults, yes, hurling
I'm gonna hurl.
insults. Okay, and I know you have a 5 there if you need it, but I don't think we need it. We're moving into now the conflict because we introduced pretty much who's there.
We have conflicts. I love conflicts.
Of course you do.
All right, so we got the teen hurling insults. Then what happens?
Then he dies.
No.
No, he gets hit in the head with the
Die.
back of the butt.
The
The butt of
The
the
butt of the
gun.
The back of the butt.
It's like this.
Is there?
Ow.
So what did Private White then said, stop, right? Go ahead.
No. Said he should be More respectful.
He should be more respectful.
You
Okay,
say.
so Private White.
Private, he's a private.
Said.
Oh, do you mean?
Said.
Actually said, if, are we doing band words yet? Have we done that yet?
No, we have not talked about that yet.
We are going
I
to.
don't watch it.
Sorry to break it to you, they're coming. They are coming. They are here. Go went and say said our band words.
Wait, you know
I
what I
hate
noticed
it.
though? Like one of, like, you know, like the Harry Potter books are like really popular.
I'm gonna put insisted respectful.
That I think she only, J.K. Rowling only uses the word said. She just describes how they said it. She just, she
Oh.
used the word said like throughout all the books. She just
Right,
describes like
respectful.
they said it coolly, they said it angrily, they said, she just uses the word
Oh my
said.
gosh,
I
like a
noticed
million
that.
times.
Yeah.
What book is this again?
The Harry Potter books.
Oh, the Harry
J.K.
Potter books.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
Rowling? that uses
Yes, yes.
I don't like them that much. They're terrible.
I like Hobbit books.
So he's
Yeah.
insisting that the teen be respectful, and then what does the teen end up doing?
Shooting someone.
Dying.
No, not yet.
Oh,
No,
come
he didn't die, actually.
Throwing out more insults.
Throwing more insults. And then, we'll say, I'm gonna put like stop. You guys can do yours however you want. I'm just trying to get creative here. So he didn't stop. So that's when White turned his gun around and went boom, like that, right?
Why didn't he just hit him with the front?
Well, he didn't want to kill
And
him
then
or else he would have shot him, right? So he didn't want to kill him, but he wanted him to stop.
No, he wanted him to die, but
I don't
he
think
did it
so.
quietly by hitting him in the head.
I don't
He
think
wanted
because
to
he
have
wanted
it
he
be
wanted to
something.
set an example for everyone. Like, I'm gonna hurt you if you don't treat
That
me
could
right.
break your skull though and kill you.
It could, but he didn't die.
He went like this. He went with all his strength.
Struck
He struck him with lightning.
teen, and then in the face, I'm gonna draw a face.
You can use another word.
Oh, he looks like.
Well, this is technically a word.
But I call that simple.
Call that a symbol.
You could just do ST and circle it.
I don't know about drawing a gun, but
We drew one and the other one, I'm pretty sure.
I drew one in both.
okay.
Let's
Why
see.
don't we?
In this one, yeah. I have 3 guns in this one.
Then the teen does what? He gets his buddies, and what do they start chanting?
And they're like,
Kill
we
him,
want
kill
kill
him,
him,
Yeah.
kill him, kill him, kill him.
I'm gonna put,
kill him.
What are they doing?
and then I'm gonna put kill him. Patriots, so now they're like, uh-oh, no, you didn't.
Oh,
you didn't.
I'm pretty sure they weren't like this.
Yeah, not quite. Sorry, I know I keep standing in your way.
Yeah.
Let me move this over here.
Kill him.
Then the mob comes, right?
Oh.
The mob?
The mob.
Uh-oh.
mob.
Oh no, there's a spider coming. Or a zombie.
Yeah, it
Or
says mob right there. I'm looking at the third paragraph.
Yeah.
Captain Preston rode over. This is, now he's calling for backup, right?
I'm Preston Plays here.
I'm gonna put PR White
Why do we keep calling him a
Calls.
private?
He's a private.
backup.
He's a private investment.
I think backup is hyphenated, right? Calls for, nope, it's one word. When there's a little dash in the word.
I knew that.
I knew that.
Yeah, then why'd
What's
you
it
ask
mean?
me that,
Oh, I knew
though?
that.
Why'd
And
you
then
ask me?
Preston comes on the scene.
Preston.
Captain Preston. Capt Preston.
No, Preston Plays.
Caps pressed.
No, he's a cat, Preston.
With
Cats.
soldiers. I'm just gonna put with
How do-
soldiers.
Is there a symbol for with?
Yes,
Oh, W with a little
That's what
slash.
I'm
You could
doing.
do that.
like
You could
this.
do that.
W.
So the conflict is now happening where we've got the redcoats and the patriots, and why are the patriots mad again? Do you remember?
Taxes.
Taxes.
Because it's unfair.
No acting out
Laws
parts,
and
okay.
Taxes. Cause of teen.
Laws
the
and
teens.
taxes.
Laws and taxes. They didn't like
Especially
what was going on.
They were unfair.
I don't know if you guys
Says that.
know this, but our governor in the state of California
It's
is creating laws and
But-
taxes.
Wait, I
that
saw
are
a
not
commercial
good.
that all the taxes are going to lavish concerts. That's
Like,
what I
okay,
heard.
For like
Like, big
Adventure Club for like the first or whatever, they have like the hand motions.
Oh, yeah?
Dan, you go to Adventure Club?
Yes.
I help out with like the little kids. And
We
the
did
hand
do
motions
Adventure
for
Club,
government
remember?
was like something like this.
Like
and
cuckoo?
the lady
Yeah.
that was like, my kids told me it looked like this.
That works. Yeah, that works. for
Yeah,
the
that
government.
works.
So I
That
forgot
works.
which ones, but that's what we did. We were like this.
Yeah,
Pretty
that,
much.
that works, that works.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I feel like this is something that actually could happen in your lifetime where the government is making laws and in creating taxes.
It already is.
Right,
It
but I
does.
mean, but we're not to the point of this kind of fight happening, but I feel like it could happen,
It's already
right?
got into World War III.
I hope not.
Probably.
Have you guys heard about any of those
Yes.
ideas and
Yes.
things? Okay, so you know what's going on.
Yes.
Very much.
Some people don't like to talk about it or look at
I
it,
love war.
right?
I
I
even
don't think
want.
I don't think
I
you
want-
believe that.
I want to be in a war.
No,
I want to
you
be in
don't.
the military.
Okay, that's different than, I mean, you can be in the military and serve your country
dad's
and
in
maybe
the
you would go to war, but hopefully you don't have to go to war.
No,
But
I don't want.
it might be a reality.
I want to be
it
an
might be.
electric.
All right.
I want to be in a
Shush.
machine.
Quiet electric.
We're gonna move on to number 3. I'm gonna have to squeeze it over here because I'm complete, well, maybe I can.
Erase it.
Oh, that
Yeah,
reminds
you
me.
can erase
When I-
it
when I
first,
was
second,
at-
I can fit
after,
it, I can
fourth,
fit it, I can
fifth,
fit
and
it.
sixth.
So
Wait, why
here-
are we doing this one again? Oh, we're not doing that for.
Wait, don't give her the idea.
So we've got Captain Preston with his soldiers, and this is when the mob really starts getting upset. They're throwing ice chunks, sticks, and stones.
Throw. You can
Throw.
stick, ice, and then some.
Do we need mob though? Because I feel like we need to
Mob. Mob. I'm gonna just write zombie.
throw
Zombie.
and then draw something. What did you say?
Yeah,
you do?
sticks and stones.
Sticks and
They
stones.
break my bones.
Sticks
a
and
word.
stones, they break
That's
my
a stick,
bones.
in case you didn't know. Okay.
What? What is that?
And then there's my stone.
What in the world?
It has branches. Okay.
Draw
It's
fire
not supposed to.
for sticks. Or
What is
as
supposed to-
everyone does, yes.
Oh.
I feel
My
my
sticks,
Throw
my
sticks,
sticks,
stones.
my
Oh, and
sticks,
ice.
sanded and bacon.
Be quiet and sticks.
I'm gonna put chunks. Oops. Just kidding.
Chunks.
Chunks of
Okay, and then like
Fold.
that's an ice cube.
You gotta draw.
It
No,
is.
do you like the snowflakes one like that? I don't know. That might work.
Inside of it, maybe.
Yeah, inside.
I'm gonna go like that.
Well,
Don't judge. Don't
Looks
judge.
like an asterisk.
Why can't I judge?
Because
I'm the judge
I'm not
here.
an artist.
Me either.
Either am
I
I.
can draw 3D objects, but that's all.
What
True.
Mr. Owen said, it doesn't matter how good you can draw because it's good, you just have to keep practicing.
Of course it says that.
Okay, and then they started spitting, so let's talk about that. Spit. No, acting out that part, please. Okay. Spit, and then they dared. It was like, go ahead, shoot at me.
Okay.
See if I care. No. But I mean, that's probably what they were saying. Like, go ahead, just do it, right? They dared to fire at them. Not fire as
I
in
dare
burning.
to fire you.
I fired
Oh,
you.
Dora, I wrote this.
Okay, shh, you guys are getting crazy.
I accidentally wrote this for the fifth.
Fire the gun. That's what that means.
I accidentally wrote this for the fifth.
Oh,
I'll
You
just
can draw an
I'll do
arrow.
An arrow.
That's
No,
fine.
I'll just do an
fine,
arrow.
fine. And then what happened to the redcoats after they were getting, like, it's starting to build now? What did the redcoats do? The redcoats are the British, right?
Call for backup.
No, they already did that.
But one redcoat got hit and knocked over
Right.
by a chunk of ice and then his gun fired.
That's true. We should talk about that. Let's do that. So, redcoat hit. Oops. Redcoat
I'm a
Got
coat.
red coat,
I'm a coat. I got a coat.
Well, I'm already in cursive. I don't know.
Yeah, what?
hit, and then,
Gun.
gun, and then
Gun.
that's what that is.
What's this?
No, it's supposed to go
No
like,
judging.
it's gonna,
Okay,
it's
okay.
supposed to be a circle that says pow and.
But
with, like,
then they panicked, right? Panicked.
Pow. I'm a panicker.
How?
And then I'm gonna put open
Yeah, that's
fire. You know what that means when they just kind of like, sadly, I mean, this has happened in places in the United States before too. It's
This
awful.
happened in the United
Like in
States.
concerts
This
and stuff,
happened.
some crazy cuckoo person with a gun just starts shooting people, so.
That's why you don't go to those
I'm writing
concerts.
fire in
Yeah.
cursive. Why am I doing this?
It's, I mean, it's, we're kind of laughing about it, but I know it's a serious thing, and it really is sad that that happens, but I think people become mentally
Mentally ill.
unstable.
No, ill. Mentally
Ill.
ill.
The same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they don't reason anymore, they don't really realize what they're doing, they're so angry, they just let all that anger just take over their bodies and they don't even realize they're doing
And
it.
those are-
He's got a gun. He's
Guys,
got a gun.
no,
He's got a gun.
hey, we're not gonna talk like that though, okay? Let's keep it under control and no more playing like that, okay, John? We gotta reel it back in. Okay, go ahead.
He's laying in the anger.
The video of the Twin Towers collapse on the September 11th.
Ah, phew, man, that's heavy to see that, yeah, that's
Seen
hard.
it.
But we saw
awful.
it from like far off. Like,
Wait, what
there
was it?
no-
What happened? Oh, wait, what?
The Twin
She's
Towers
on the
collapse.
twin, September 11th, when we have a remembrance of
Oh, you
that
saw that?
event on
You saw the
video.
bla- Wait, oh, right.
From
I
a
just-
distance, but still, it's shocking, right? You know, there's people in
That's
there.
the day that my dad proposed to my mom.
Oh, the actual day? Wow. It's
And-
like a
and
happy
you're-
thing in the middle of a,
the same year too.
Awesome.
he probably didn't know that it was gonna be
Yeah,
that
They
day.
were watching TV, it was like news, and it was like an oil leak, and they were watching it,
Oh,
and they were sitting next to each other, and then it happened, and he was like about to get the ring, he's like,
oh, did he end up still proposing to her on the
I
same
think
day?
it was like the days after or something.
Okay, so he waited, yeah, cause it's kind of a
Before they
shock,
proposed,
you know,
yeah.
but that was his plan to do it on that day? Wow, talk about ruining his plans, I mean.
Yeah.
Man, how do you recover from that? Okay, so then, some patriots did get shot, though it does say that, they fired into the crowd and several colonists were hit. 5 of the men who were hit died. Are they the colonists are the patriots, they're kind of interchanging those words.
You do you could do shot into crowd, and then draw like a stick figure.
Yeah.
You always say the six fingers. You always say this.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe like XX patriots, cause they shot and they were killed.
No.
I just
X-
say shot. Crowd.
And then I'm gonna do an arrow. I know it's kind of tight right here. More trouble, because that just led to more trouble, right?
Okay.
Shot Patriots.
Aughts.
Patriots.
This is what led to the American Revolution. There were a lot of events leading up to that. This was one of them. So it just was growing. This became a big event, and then it just kept going from there, which we will read about next week. Yes.
Yay.
So let's
Done.
turn to page 2.
Oh, man.
Just when you thought we were done, no, we got time still.
What time?
Page 56. Page 56.
Okay.
Talking about developing the setting, you guys worked on this last week for ambush. What was it? Ambush in the wilderness. So developing the scene there, it was hot. It was at that river, and it was
Ohio
in the middle of
Valley
summer,
River.
right? and The setting is-
Ohio River Valley.
This is a different setting completely, right? Boston, it's winter, it's cold. Okay.
Dark desert.
So look at number 1, under developing setting and characters. What is the night like? Consider the temperature. It gives you some ideas there. The sky, the moon, the air, the wind. Is it raining or sleeting or snowing?
It's
What
none
do
of
you
them.
picture in your mind when you're thinking about Boston in the winter and the beginning of this?
Snow.
Boston?
Old snow.
Snow,
Old.
old buildings, there's that, old
We
buildings.
Old buildings.
Snow,
Yeah.
a lot of snow.
We watched a show called Liberty Kids, and it like tells you
Oh,
about
yeah,
history.
I
What
remember
kind
all
of
the
a,
time
what kind of scene did they create it to be? Did you see something
They were-
about the Boston massacre?
Yeah.
It was cold,
No, not
chaos,
the
and
Boston
death.
massacre, but
were-
like Boston, yes.
Yeah.
Boston.
I watched
buildings,
all.
Yeah,
Like-
old building.
Look at the
old
example.
buildings.
Look at the example
Like
right
all
here,
history.
under number 1, I'm on page 56, it says, it was a frigid, yeah, that's a good word, a frigid night, and the streets were dotted with patches of snow and ice. So this is where you can get creative on what you think it looks like. It could be icy, cold, it could be foggy. Sometimes we, in Hatchbeak, it's foggy and cold, right?
Sometimes it gets smoggy.
So
We
think,
saw smog.
true,
We saw
true.
smog this morning.
Describe the night in a way that helps the reader see, hear, and feel things. So think of a sentence. I'm gonna give you guys a minute to write this by yourself on number 1. Think about what you think what you want the readers to see, hear, and feel. And talk
was
about the
terrible.
setting. Think of that example. It was a frigid night. The streets were dotted with patches of snow and ice. Think of your own sentence and go ahead and write it here. Go ahead, right here.
Dark.
Was it snowing at the time? or
It
is that
didn't
just
say.
up to us?
Up to us, yeah. It didn't say, so
Frozen.
I'm thinking you can create whatever kind of a scene you want it to be, because it could snow there.
Frozen. Nice.
Icy, foggy, go ahead and write a sentence for number 1.
Why did I say frozen? That is,
You're thinking of a setting.
I guess cold, but any other words?
Frigid's a good one, you can copy that word.
Okay.
It's okay, frigid. Freezing, chilly. Chilly is not super cold though. What did you get?
Chilly out there.
It was dark and icy, and at the time it was midnight. The soldiers were as cold as ice.
Ooh, I like it. So that's how you would start your paragraph, that opening paragraph. I like that. Anybody else want to share theirs?
No.
Did you finish it?
You didn't have anything you
share
want to
yours?
share,
No,
it's
I don't have
amazing.
I like this taking me like 10 minutes to think.
That's okay. And if you don't get it done right now, you can do that later,
There's
but
like
No,
some
finish.
stuff that like I just can't think of, and then stuff that some stuff that I'll like.
The only way I can make this fancier is if I write it in cursive, which I.
okay, John, let me hear yours.
Okay. It was a dark and frigid night, and the streets were frozen.
Good, that's good. It's shorter, that's okay,
Works.
that's fine. It works, yeah.
I fixed mine.
What part did you change?
It was a dark and icy night, or it was a dark and ice. It was dark and icy, and at that time it was midnight. The soldiers that were outside that night were freezing.
Okay, good.
For as
Right,
cold as
You
ice.
guys want to share yours back there?
Frozen.
You're like, no, okay. Ellie, do you want to share yours?
Sure.
Okay, let's hear Ellie's.
The night was cold and the sky was clear and starry. The air was icy and soldiers were shivering.
Oh, good one. Shivering, I like that.
Yeah.
Very good.
His
Are you stealing her
Oh,
word?
Yeah.
All right, so you get it. This is how you can start your, so there you go. You have your first sentence of your actual paragraphs that you're gonna write, the very first sentence. Look at number 2. Now we're gonna focus on Private White, and what did he look like? What was he like? Maybe not what he looks like, but with
Tall, strong, handsome.
Okay, maybe consider how he would be dressed. Look at pictures of red coat uniforms. You've probably seen those before, but I'll
Yeah.
show you a picture. How he was standing, was he stiff, tense, rocking,
Because
pacing?
he was cold.
Oh, yeah.
Where
That makes sense.
this would be better.
How old was he? We don't really know. He's probably in his 30s.
40s probably.
He was like
Maybe.
bird and he couldn't move.
What was his mood?
20.
Was he wary, anxious, smug? Smug just meaning like a little bit cocky.
Was he
like-
small? Was he the guy who's small?
His thoughts, was he thinking, will there be trouble?
yeah, probably.
Probably.
Those insolent
That's why.
patriots need to be put in their place. He might be thinking that. How do you picture Private White in your mind? And the example says for number 2, Private White stood erect and alert, means like really tall, like stiff and alert. Watching suspiciously, he did not trust the patriots. In fact, he despised.
Of course he did.
It was angered at him.
Think of a sentence to describe Private White. Go ahead and do that really quick for number 2.
A terrible
Well,
red
I
coat
know.
who stood erect and alert.
I mean, you could use some of that example, but maybe change it up a little bit.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah, let me,
that works.
okay,
private. He's a private, not a son.
Use these sentences that you're working on in your paragraph when you start to write that about him, okay? This will help you give your writing more visual.
The first
more
one, I added
image.
some more on it.
Okay, that's fine. When you're done writing your sentence, turn your book over to 57. You already know about ly adverbs. We already have that, but we have a new dress up now on your checklist. It's a strong verb. And remember that comes from the banned words. So banned words are words we can't use anymore. Not because they're bad, but because they're boring. Okay, so
That
we're gonna
means they're
pick
bad.
better words. So look down here where it says synonyms for say, said. See how, oh, I'm showing you the answers.
Yeah, thank you.
Wait, oh, yours has answers too, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay, so cried, shouted, pleaded. Those are different ways to say, said. So when you go to write this, if you have any speaking things in there, make sure you don't say
I know I
said.
said,
Yeah.
I know I said mentioned.
Can I read you my thing?
Oh, yeah.
Tall, handsome, and strong. He he had an awesome wife and 10 kids.
Wow.
Wow.
Big family, okay.
What about it doesn't?
And a warm house.
And a warm house.
That it couldn't be.
But remember, we don't really like him though. He's not necessarily a good guy, so don't
Stop
make it
making-
sound too nice.
Stop making him nice.
It's a trick. Oh, okay. Look at the synonyms for go, went. So the other banned word for you is go, went. So here we have rushed, stumbled, grudged. Good one. So those are some examples of other words you can use instead of go, went. So when you go to write your
What about go,
paragraphs, don't use say, said, or go, went.
What
Do we
about
like to use the thesaurus?
Yes, you can use a thesaurus.
Go.
No.
Going, no form of go. You know that. What are you doing? You know that.
I was went to.
By the way, you could use, if you like going online, if it's okay with your parents, you could go to thesaurus.com.
Yeah,
That's a good
I
place
used
to go.
thesaurus.
I meant the
Well,
source.
I used it campground.
All right, so, and the other, if you turn the page, let's skip to the checklist here. So you can see that. And then we need to go over your vocabulary words, but really quick, your dress ups are ly adverb, who, which, clause, strong verb. So you need one of each in each paragraph, okay? So be thinking of that as you write, and see the banned words. I take off points if I find them, so don't.
Just minus one, minus one.
Yeah, it's only -1 point.
I usually only assign 10 points. This says 60 points, but I only assign 10
How
points.
dare you?
We want
I
all
don't,
the points.
don't
Wait,
use those
I
bad
don't
words.
We want all the points.
I don't.
Or do you like send us our grade at the end of the semester or like?
So at the end of the semester, good question, right after Christmas in January, when we come back from Christmas, I do a parent, student, teacher conference. I've done that before. Where we meet actually on Zoom, yeah. And then I go over your grades and talk about what, yes? Do you remember?
I didn't
Okay,
know.
okay, thank you.
No, no.
And Miles?
No, we came after.
After Christmas, that's right, okay. So anyway, then I go through your grades, and yes, I do assign a grade to your, based on how many points you get on your homework, so do your homework. And don't use any bad words, okay. Vocabulary, I know we're out of time, but get out your vocabulary cards really quick, let's go review those really quick. We're on six.
Which one am I on?
And you wanna do the first one? Pick one and tell us what it is, tell us the definition, and use it in a sentence.
Confront.
Confront,
To face his
hostility,
hostility or defense. The
Yeah, actually, that's defiance.
define.
There you go.
The Patriots wanted to confront the king's soldiers.
Good. Who else? Owen.
And diligently,
Indignantly.
indignantly.
That's a different one. Look at that picture. They're like, those are probably the Patriots yelling at the red coat there.
I'm
Okay, go
going to
ahead.
put both.
Indignantly.
The Patriots yelled, what?
No, wait, hold on.
Indignantly,
Oh, tell us the definition first, the
Oh.
part on top.
with strong displeasure at injustice or insult.
Good. And then the sentence?
The Patriots yelled indignantly
There you go.
indignantly at private wife.
Good. Okay, who else wants to? do
I
it?
won't
Lexi?
provoke.
And then Miles. We did not do provoke yet.
To anger, to arouse, to action or feeling.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
Obstinately.
yeah.
Thornhawks only managed to provoke the soldiers.
Good.
Obstinately.
And the picture shows a guy, like somebody threw a little rock at him, and he's like
Wait, are we
provoking anger. Yes.
obstinately?
And Miles can do the last one.
Obstinately.
Obstinately, yes.
Firmly holding a purpose or opinion stubbornly.
Mhm.
Into or obstinately continued taxation.
I don't think that's.
Obstinately, so he didn't care. He didn't care what everybody was saying, and he didn't care that people were upset about it.
He wrote okay. He wrote okay.
Or
Max is
X as
okay.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 All right, use your vocabulary words. Remember, oh, this is really quick before you guys go. When you use a word, a vocabulary word, make sure that, like, if the word is provoke and you put it in your sentence, provoke,
VOC.
then in parentheses, yes, VOC, like that. Okay, after the word, put it in VOC. I don't want you to highlight it. I don't want you to underline it. Leave it regular and then just put VOC in parentheses. Got it?
You can also highlight it and thank you for.
Make sure you read my notes on Google Classroom too. But no, it's fun. Have a good week, you guys.
Don't forget these.
I think so, yeah. 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 Oh, don't forget your. Is that your mom?
Yeah. Again,
Do you want to erase it again?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have the book from the class my brother's in? My brother is in. The grammar book, there was one of the things, because with the grammar, because you know, when they edit it, there's one of the nouns, they couldn't figure out what it was it
Okay,
help?
let's see.
It was something like.
What
help
class
or
is
help.
your brother in again? And tell me your brother's name.
Levi Walker.
What's the first name?
Levi.
Levi. He's in the year 2 level A or year 1?
Yeah. Two. There was something, and they.
I know it's year
Him-
1. Okay, let me look at it.
Him, my mom, and my grandma can't figure it out.
Oh,
I mean, there
no.
was a couple, we were like.
The answer key, though, did you look at
No.
the answer key?
Can't reach it.
I don't remember.
Oh, you can't reach it.
Because I-
That's my left hand.
I don't
Oh,
think
you
it's
don't
back.
Bye,
there a
you're
print still
welcome.
on?
See you next week.
Was at home. Do you remember this meeting? No, but I think it was. After that.
Your nose.
Right in the next lesson.
It's like, I don't know, yeah, you have like, you really like rubbing your pencil on your nose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Great.
I think it was at home.
Oh, you're too short to reach up.
No.
Was it today's lesson or was
You
it?
look like a little, you look like Simba when, like from the monkey put the little red thing on. I think you're too short to reach.
Who's right? Oh, okay.
I got you.
I was like, I'm pretty
Come
sure.
on.
it's-
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Because sometimes help can be a verb, but the way it's used in that sentence is actually a noun.
Yeah.
Okay, you got figured out now? Okay, good.
You're too short to reach that. She's erasing it, but she's too short.
Bye.
Here, let me see. Let me see. I'm taller than you. You're too short. You're too short.
Sister. So I had to like run all the way.
Oh.
I'm too short.
No. How are you doing, Ellie? My mind is in pain. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I forgot to stop recording. So he's
Yep.
getting all that. Okay.
You got a raise of the board.